All right, Mark, it's the off season. It's the MLS off season. It's the most exciting time of the year. So for actual free agents this year, what's out there? I mean, it's obviously there's the re-entry draft as well, and trade's always possible, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, limited selection because it's such restricted free agency. You have to be 28 years old and have 8 years service in the league. But there are a couple interesting names in there. Mike McGee, who I think some people forget was MVP a couple of years ago in this league, second to Camilo in goals that year with 21. To Camilo's 22. So the guy's got a track record. He also has won MLS Cup with LA. The other interesting name out there, I think maybe Chad Barrett, who's been around the league, has scored some big goals against Vancouver, most recently with Seattle. So again, if the price is right, is he a guy at the bottom end of your roster who's interesting?
Do we have any sense of Vancouver itself as kind of an appealing market for a player moving here? I mean, I know that one of the things they've tried to do with guys from overseas is bring them here to see the place and see what they like and that kind of thing. But is a guy like Mike McGee, who has been here before, is he going to say Vancouver's a place?
Yeah, I mean, to the American player, it's an interesting question. And playing on turf for an older player, does that play into it? I think possibly. I mean, the Caps have found success with the Latin American players. I think European, Scandinavian players, I think, are right at home in Vancouver, as we've seen with the Canucks as well. So. Possibly there might be some reservation, but I think this is a good look. It's a great fan base. It's a good market. It's a successful team that's growing and building a young team. So I think there's a lot of pluses for Vancouver if you're a free agent.
And in the end, is it just going to be sort of scattershot approach and who they sign, who's available, or do you really think they're going for that?
No, there's a lot of wheels in motion here. I mean, they're looking. I'm sure in Central South America again. They'll be looking for current MLS players. I think you can in this league. You still need guys who've been around, who know this league, and who have that experience. And I think we saw that in their attraction to Rosales and Ka and Earnshaw this past year. And if those guys don't come back, they do need to replace them. You can't just lose all three of them and expect this team's leadership group to be as strong. So I think they do need some wise heads in there. And if they're guys who can also have a few goals in them, then that's the key.
Well, wise heads gives us a good chance, I suppose.